free AI should be great for hardware.
华尔街看不懂 AI 基建，接下来直接听黄仁勋怎么回。华尔街到底看错了 AI 基建的什么？
Well, free AI should be great for hardware. Free AI should be great for chips. Free AI should be great for data centers. So I think the market just got it wrong. They got it wrong with DeepSeek. As you recall, when DeepSeek came out, our stock price was down some 30%. And I think this is exactly the same thing. What this industry needs is great AI. And the fact that Kimi 3 is so extraordinary, QN is so extraordinary, GLM so extraordinary, these Nemotron, NVIDIA's Nemotron, so extraordinary. All of these models that are open are great for the industry, including OpenAI's, GPT 5.6 is incredible. And of course, Codex is incredible. Cloud Code is incredible. All of these applications that are doing incredible work, that are useful AI. Useful AI has finally now arrived. And useful AI is also profitable AI. When something is useful, people, desire to use it. And so all of this is good. And closed models are excellent. Open models are necessary. And both of it's great for the industry.
Some investors think that AI has peaked. What do you know about the technology that you can tell them and the forward direction?
Well, it's impossible that AI has peaked because the diffusion of AI into
客户砸大钱买算力，这场派对什么时候停？
We're not worried about these deals because of several factors. One, these companies are extraordinary companies and they generate a lot of cash. What they're all doing, what they all see simultaneously is that there's a fundamental change in how computing is done. It's a compute platform shift. And so whereas computers used to be all content that was pre-recorded, we wrote it in advance. We recorded it in advance. We took a picture in advance. We wrote a story in advance. In the future, all of that is going to be foundational information that we generate intelligence on top of. Instead of search, you simply ask a query. You have a question and it gives you answers. Instead of combing through all these different websites, the AI will generate the answer for you. So this future is a whole new way of doing computing that's fundamentally different than the past, and we need a lot more computers. Now, the reason why a couple of years ago, some of the concerns were—
那AI 真的开始赚钱了吗？
Yes. We now know that AI is profitable. It's the reason why Anthropic is growing so profitably and so incredibly fast. AI is both useful. That's why we're using it for coding. AI is profitable. That's why they want to manufacture so much more. OpenAI wants to manufacture so much more because these coding agents are incredibly profitable. These coding agents are incredibly profitable. They're doing useful work for very high-paying jobs. And so many companies like ourselves are happy to pay hundreds of millions of dollars a year so that we can go use these AI services to help us augment our coding capability. We become more productive, we innovate more, we create more good, we create more productive growth, and we become more profitable, which pays for more AI. So that flywheel has now started. And so I think the industry has now arrived at a very critical juncture, an inflection point, if you will, where we now have profitable AI because we have useful AI. And because of that, we want to build a lot more AI.
Here's the crux. You've defined a token as the fundamental unit of—
如果会有泡沫，这一代的泡沫危险在哪？
The bubble will come someday. It's just not today. This is in the very beginning of the build out. And someday—
3 years, 5 years, 10 years?
It's very unlikely in the next 5 years.
5 to 10.
Yeah, it's very unlikely in the next 5 years. And we'll see about the 5 to 10 years. It just depends on how fast we can build. Now, the challenge, of course, is that the rate at which we can build the infrastructure is limited by physical things. Today, the industry could build faster. It could run faster. But we don't have enough chips. We don't have enough memory. We don't have enough land, power. We don't have enough construction workers to build the data centers. We basically are constrained in every single direction, in every single way. That constraint is good. That constraint is what—
满天飞的 AI 末日论，是不是想太多？
I think it's fine to warn people. It's even better to warn people with a solution. And it's absolutely inappropriate to make things up. And so the fact that this is going to be the end of humanity, it's complete nonsense. The fact that this is going to destroy half of the American jobs is complete nonsense. And all of the facts, all of the evidence point exactly to the opposite. And intuition and good wisdom would tell you that it's exactly wrong. That AI will increase productivity. When productivity is increased, it creates opportunities. Look, over the history of the arc of time, society has become more and more productive as a result of technology. It has created more jobs, not less. If it's created less jobs, we'd have 100,000 jobs in the United States, and it's not true. It's created new industries, new opportunities, new markets, new applications. All of that increased the amount of opportunity and growth. And so I think the early evidence, several years into it, it's now 15 years into the era of AI, the evidence is abundantly clear. We're creating a whole bunch of manufacturing jobs because AI requires industrial might. It's created jobs in energy sector, in the chip sector, in the infrastructure sector, land, power, and shell. It's created a whole new slew of AI companies. And of course, the industries that take advantage of AI, they're also growing. So AI is creating all kinds of jobs.
反过来问，怕 AI 会不会反而让美国落后？
AI is not going to destroy all of our jobs. Someone who uses AI is going to take our jobs. And so we have to make sure that we adopt AI, diffuse AI into the industries as quickly as possible. Anything we do that limits that, anything that we do that prevents that from happening, whether it's because we scared people, we talk all day about the dooms of AI. I think all of that is just ill-placed and it's not helpful to the United States. And so long as our industries take advantage of AI,
那美国该不该限制中国的开源模型？
I hope not, and I really don't think so. The United States, the world needs open and closed models. We should use closed models because they're great to use. They work incredibly well. Anthropic and OpenAI, these are incredibly great services. We should use closed models as much as we can, rent everything we can. However, the industry still needs open models. Science needs open models. Cybersecurity needs open model because it's safe. It's important for cybersecurity. It's important for national security. It's important for economic security. And so companies need to be able to control some of the IP and some of the data that they have so that they could advance the AI models in a controlled way. Cybersecurity with the benefit of transparency, the ability for the entire community to inspect and test, to make sure that we harden it in the best possible way. It's best for cybersecurity. And so depending on, irrespective of how many industries, open models is foundational to the advance of science and the advancement of computer science today.
更直接一点，美国公司能不能用中国模型？
Models. Absolutely. There's a misconception that somehow there are backdoors that is somehow connected to China in some way. You download the models. You could fine tune it. You can enhance it. You can guardrail it as you desire. And so these models don't just operate. They operate within what is called a harness. And that harness sits within what is called essentially a sandbox. These sandboxes are secure. These sandboxes keeps privacy and security and access control, and so all of that capability is put into the sandbox. So I think these models are capable models, excellent models, advances the whole industry and we want AI to diffuse into the market as quickly as possible.
全世界一半的 AI 研究员在中国，这代表什么？
Some really great AI models and AI technology. I've said before that half of the world's AI researchers are Chinese. Many of them still live in China. And they produce some really groundbreaking research in AI. And the United States does too, and many places around the world does. And we want to make sure that we can all share ideas as broadly and as quickly as possible so that we can advance this incredible technology in a way that's beneficial to society, safely, so on. And so I hope that
那辉达自己在中国还卖得出去吗？
start with the fact that our China sales is approximately zero today. And I've told all of our investors not to expect any China sales. If both United States and United States has already licensed it, if the Chinese government and the Chinese market would like us to return, it would be a great honor to be able to support the customers and the market.
And good for business.
And great for business. But until then, I would just assume that the sales should be used. And so the market's misunderstood the impact of DeepSeek the first time. It's misunderstood.
Another Chinese model.
Yeah, it's misunderstood the impact of Kimi again this time. I think, first of all, with great AI, open models, it's great for the whole industry. Obviously, when there's more, if there's great AI, even if it's open, wherever it comes from, there will be more use. Whenever there's more use, you'll have to sell a lot more NVIDIA computers. We'll have to build more data centers. We'll have more services. The technology will diffuse into more industries. And so starting point is great models lead to great use, which leads to great growth.
开源这么猛，会不会把封闭模型公司打死？
So you're saying if I'm OpenAI or Anthropic, I should not be afraid of open models?
Not at all. Not at all. I think that what they need more than anything is just for the whole world to realize they need AI. And the way that people want to have better AI is they tried AI today and they just realize it'd be nice for somebody else to help me serve it. It's no different than cloud services. It's no different than search. It's no different than databases in the cloud. You know that we could run our own search. But what a hassle is it? We can, in fact, build our own computers. Why don't we just use it in the cloud? There are a lot of things we could do that's more cost effective, but it's in fact more convenient to use it when it's in Anthropic and OpenAI. I would also argue that for a lot of people and for a lot of companies, even if the model is free, it'll still cost you more to operate it yourself. You might as well have somebody else do it for you. And so I think whether it's just more accessible, it's going to be better. However you think about these closed models, I think
半导体会不会又来一次大起大落？
this time is different because this is not demand driven. Time is different because it's not seasonal, it's not demand driven, meaning seasonal demand driven. This is industrially driven, meaning the fundamental technology of computers is changing. We need a whole new layer of infrastructure in the world. We have energy, we have the internet, we have roads, we have railroads. We now need AI, the intelligence layer built, this infrastructure layer built on top of all of that. And this layer needs chips. I believe we probably need our semiconductor industry to be somewhere between, 5 to 10 times larger than it is.
Over what period of time?
Over the course of the next 10 years. And so it is way too small today which is the reason why memory is such shortage and, storage is such shortage and optical interconnects are short and packaging.
要监管，该管技术本身，还是管怎么用？
Of course, regulation is a good thing in many different industries, and you want to regulate applications. You have to be mindful to regulate technology. The raw technology itself is dual use, and so we want to make sure that you regulate how it's used. Maybe you want to regulate the service itself. Maybe you'll regulate how it's used in medicine, how it's used in transportation. You should regulate how AI is used in autonomous vehicles. And so all these different applications of AI should be regulated. However, the technology itself ought to be.
跟对手同场竞争，规则又该怎么定？
Well, the first thing is to recognize that AI has dual use, and we want to advance it as quickly as possible because the technology, when it's advanced, is more safe, it's more secure because it works better. However, we want to make sure that the researchers in all the countries are able to dialogue, cooperate whenever possible so that we can advance the technology safely. I think an open dialogue is really important.
把政策跟供应链摆一起，他怎么看？
He's smart. He remembers everything. Goodness gracious, he sure knows numbers. And He's the only president that has ever remembered H20, H200, NVIDIA's Blackwell. He knows our next generation, Rubin. He has just an amazing memory. And we're sitting here in a new factory. On the first time I met him, he said he wants to restore the manufacturing capacity of the United States. He wants the United States to be reindustrialized. He wants a secure and resilient supply chain. He wants to move semiconductor manufacturing back to the United States. Literally, we're sitting in a plant that is a direct result of the first conversation I had with President Trump.
This is in Fort Worth, Texas.
We're in Fort Worth, Texas, and he's single-mindedly about creating jobs. He's single-mindedly about reshaping the American economy and the labor workforce. He was in every single conversation I ever had with him. He's single-mindedly about that. He's single-mindedly about making sure the United States economy is thriving because he knows that if America's rich, America will have the mightiest military because you got to fund it somehow. And so having United States have a vibrant ecosystem, vibrant economy, a rich nation, it's foundational to the safest nation. And so he understands that very clearly. And he just so
讲了这么多，中美的 AI 差距还在吗？
So the fact that China is going to be extraordinary at this is a foregone conclusion. And the idea that we would hold China back is ill-conceived and it's not going to happen. Nor are they going to hold the United States back? This is an incredibly innovative country. We have brilliant minds from all over the world. They come here because of the American dream. Immigrants.
为什么亚洲对 AI 明显比较乐观？
I think maybe because the doomers spend too much time theorizing about these science fiction outcomes. Maybe it makes them sound smart.
最怕的一种结局，美国会不会被自己吓到不敢用？
Enthusiasm that this industrial revolution led to the United States. We need to make sure that we apply this technology with great enthusiasm in healthcare, which we know a doctor in Johns Hopkins just wrote that AI technology is helping advance discovery of cancer a lot more quickly. We know what it's done for radiology. We know what it's doing for software engineering, and software engineering is the fundamental engine of intelligence today and fundamental engine of automation and productivity today. And so we know all of the things that AI is helping us do. That's incredibly for good. We know what it's able to do in helping us advance climate science and understand the climate better. Because of AI, we're able to upgrade our national power grid. Because of AI, we're able to invest in sustainable energy without government subsidies. All of this is because of this particular industry. And so I think that we ought to be much more enthusiastic about it, help the United States realize that the only way we get left behind is if we don't apply the technology. Forget who contributes and invents the technology. The fact that we don't apply it, that's how we're going to get left behind. And so let's make sure that we remind ourselves of how we became United States in this modern industrial revolution, and that we apply exactly the same enthusiasm, the same spirit, the same American spirit.
最后一个问题，机器人的 ChatGPT 时刻到了吗？
That was not the moment that AI was useful. We had to wait another 4 years. ChatGPT moment was when we saw that it was interesting, that it did something surprising. And so if that's the case, then the ChatGPT moment of robots has already arrived. You could tell a robot, put the apple in the drawer. And the robot will actually reason about what is the sequence of tasks that it has to do, including opening the drawer before it puts the apple in there. It will reason about that. And when somebody sees that for the first time, see a mechanical robot actually doing that, I think it opens their mind about what the future of robotics can do. I think that the ChatGPT moment of robots has already arrived. Now the question is, when are we going to make it useful? And if we make it useful in the next 3 to 4 years.
听完这些，风险怎么定价？你自己决定。